In the quiet depths of human research facilities, a plan had been brewing for decades. The world outside knew nothing of the silent revolution taking place behind reinforced walls and encrypted networks. June Park stood before a massive holographic display, his fingers tracing invisible lines that connected fragments of alien technology carefully collected over generations. Earth had been watching. Not with fear, but with calculated patience. Every alien transmission, every diplomatic message, every technological probe that crossed their solar system had been meticulously studied, analyzed, and understood. What the galactic powers saw as human weakness was actually the most sophisticated intelligence-gathering operation in known space. The research complex hummed with an energy that spoke of controlled anticipation. Massive computers processed quantum algorithms that would have seemed impossible to any alien civilization. Researchers worked in shifts, their eyes never leaving the intricate networks of data that slowly revealed the secrets of interstellar technology. June remembered the stories his grandfather had told him, tales of humanity's first encounters with alien civilizations. Those early days were marked by fear, uncertainty, and a desperate attempt to prove human worth. But those days were long gone. Now, humanity had become something else entirely. Scattered across research facilities on Earth, Mars, and several outer solar system stations, teams of scientists had been reverse engineering alien technologies for years. Each fragment, each piece of captured equipment told a story. And humanity was learning to write its own chapter in the cosmic narrative. The facility where June worked was unlike any other. Hidden deep beneath the Atacama Desert, it represented the pinnacle of human technological achievement. Massive cooling systems kept quantum processors running at peak efficiency. Holographic displays flickered with complex algorithms that mapped potential galactic conflict scenarios. Outside, the world continued its ordinary rhythm. People went about their daily lives, unaware of the silent preparation happening beneath their feet. Governments maintained a facade of diplomatic weakness, carefully crafting an image of a civilization not yet ready for true interstellar engagement. But June knew the truth. Humanity had been preparing. Not just with weapons, but with understanding. They had studied alien communication protocols, technological infrastructures, and strategic vulnerabilities. Every piece of information was a weapon, every analyzed transmission a potential strategic advantage. The quantum computers began a new cycle of analysis. Alien communication patterns scrolled across multiple screens. What looked like random noise to an untrained eye was actually a complex tapestry of information that humanity had learned to decode. June's team represented the best of human potential. Engineers, mathematicians, linguists, and strategic analysts worked in perfect synchronization. They were not just preparing for a potential conflict, they were reimagining the very concept of human capability. A soft beep interrupted his thoughts. Another transmission had been decoded. June watched as complex algorithms transformed alien communication into readable data. Each transmission brought them closer to understanding the true nature of the galactic powers that had long considered humanity insignificant. The research was more than just a military strategy. It was a testament to human curiosity, human adaptability. Every technological breakthrough was a message, a promise that humanity would not be confined, would not be controlled. As the night stretched across the research facility, June continued his work. The holographic displays continued to dance with information, each pixel representing years of human determination. The galaxy might not know it yet, but humanity was ready. In this moment, in this hidden facility beneath the desert, the future was being written. Not with weapons, but with knowledge. Not with aggression, but with understanding. Humanity had been silent. But that silence was about to end. June smiled. The galaxy had no idea what was coming. The alien ship descended into Earth's orbit with an arrogance that betrayed centuries of unchallenged dominance. Hyun Kim watched from the diplomatic reception hall, his calm exterior masking the intricate preparations that humanity had been developing for decades. The Confederation delegation arrived with typical pomp, massive biomechanical suits that towered over human representatives, their translucent exoskeletons glimmering with advanced technological interfaces. They expected submission. They expected fear. Humanity will comply with Galactic Confederation protocols, the lead diplomat announced, his voice a mechanical translation that echoed through the hall. The translation systems captured every nuance, every hint of condescension. Hyun knew better. Behind the diplomatic facade, an entire planet was ready. Years of silent preparation had transformed humanity from a seemingly primitive species into something far more dangerous. Every movement, every diplomatic exchange was calculated. The alien representatives presented their standard ultimatum: complete integration into the Galactic Confederation, surrender of technological resources, and acceptance of their administrative control. Their body language suggested this was a formality, a mere bureaucratic procedure they had performed countless times with emerging civilizations. What they didn't understand was that humanity had been studying them. Not just their languages or communication protocols, but their entire societal structure. Each alien movement was being analyzed in real time by quantum computers hidden beneath diplomatic centers worldwide. Hyun's earpiece quietly transmitted data streams that most humans couldn't comprehend. Complex algorithms analyzed every micro-expression, every subtle communication pattern of the alien delegation. What seemed like a simple diplomatic meeting was actually a complex information exchange. Your civilization has demonstrated minimal technological advancement, the alien lead continued. Compliance is the most efficient path forward. A slight smile crossed Hyun's face. Minimal technological advancement. If they only knew. The meeting continued, a carefully choreographed dance of diplomatic pretense. Humanity appeared receptive, asked calculated questions, demonstrated just enough technological understanding to seem curious but not threatening. In orbital stations surrounding Earth, advanced defense systems remained powered down. Satellites maintained passive scanning modes. To any external observation, humanity looked exactly like what the Confederation expected: a young, developing civilization on the brink of potential subjugation. But beneath this calm surface, an entire planet was synchronized. Research facilities, defense networks, and scientific institutions were connected through quantum communication networks that the aliens couldn't even detect. Every piece of information gathered during this meeting would be processed, analyzed, and integrated into humanity's growing strategic understanding. The alien delegation began presenting their standard integration documents, legal frameworks that had subjugated countless civilizations across multiple star systems. They expected routine signatures, routine compliance. Hyun listened. And waited. His tablet, seemingly a simple diplomatic device, was actually a quantum encrypted communication hub. With a single subtle gesture, he could trigger protocols that had been decades in preparation. But timing was everything. The aliens continued their presentation, unaware that every word, every gesture was being dissected by systems far more advanced than they could imagine. Humanity had become experts at appearing weak while building incredible strength. As the diplomatic meeting progressed, something profound was happening. What looked like a potential submission was actually the final stage of humanity's most ambitious plan. The provocation was not just a meeting, it was the beginning of a transformation that would shock the entire galaxy. Hyun's eyes met the alien lead's visual receptors. In that moment, a silent message passed: humanity was ready. Not just ready to resist, but ready to redefine the entire concept of interstellar civilization. The meeting would end soon. And everything would change. The first strike was silent. No massive explosions, no traditional weapons, just pure technological precision that defied everything the alien civilizations understood about warfare. Eun-Lee watched from the central command center as quantum entangled systems activated. 3 critical alien outposts simply disappeared. Not destroyed. Not damaged. Simply erased from existence in milliseconds. Quantum communication networks carried the first signals. Alien communication systems began to collapse, not through direct attack, but through fundamental disruption of their technological infrastructure. Humanity had spent decades studying alien technologies, understanding their weaknesses at a molecular level. The attack wasn't about destruction. It was a message. Orbital tracking systems showed no missile launches, no energy signatures that conventional sensors could detect. What happened was beyond traditional warfare, a demonstration of technological superiority that would rewrite galactic understanding. Each alien outpost represented a critical communication hub. Strategically positioned across different star systems, they had been considered impenetrable. Reinforced with technologies that had subjugated countless civilizations, they represented the Confederation's technological might. Humanity's response was elegant in its simplicity. Using quantum entanglement principles that most alien civilizations considered theoretical, human scientists had developed a method of instantaneous technological disruption. It wasn't about killing, it was about demonstrating complete technological control. Communication networks across multiple star systems began to fragment. Alien military systems experienced total systemic collapse. Not through traditional hacking, but through a fundamental reimagining of technological interaction. Li's fingers moved across holographic interfaces. Each movement triggered cascading systems that had been prepared for decades. What looked like a simple command was actually the result of countless research hours, strategic planning, and human innovation. The Galactic Confederation's first response was confusion. Their most advanced tracking systems showed nothing. No energy signatures, no missile trajectories, no traditional attack vectors. It was as if 3 critical outposts had simply been erased from existence. Quantum communication networks carried whispers of panic. Alien military systems, so long considered invincible, were experiencing total systemic failure. Not through direct attack, but through a complete understanding and manipulation of their fundamental technological principles. Humanity had not just developed a weapon. They had developed a complete technological philosophy that rendered existing galactic power structures obsolete. The demonstration lasted less than 3 minutes. By the time alien military leaders could comprehend what had happened, the message was clear: humanity was no longer a potential target. They were a technological force that could dismantle entire communication networks with a thought. Orbital tracking systems continued to show nothing unusual. No traditional signs of conflict, no energy discharges, no radiation signatures. Just a sudden, complete technological disruption that defied all known scientific understanding. Li allowed herself a slight smile. Years of preparation, decades of silent research, had culminated in this moment. Not a declaration of war, but a demonstration of complete technological superiority. The quantum systems continued to pulse. Each signal was a message, a warning to the galactic powers that humanity was something entirely different from what they had imagined. In research facilities across Earth, scientists watched as their decades of work manifested in this single, elegant demonstration. It wasn't about aggression. It was about showing that humanity had transcended traditional technological limitations. The Galactic Confederation would need time to understand. But the message was clear: humanity was no longer a civilization to be controlled or subjugated. As communication systems across multiple star systems continued to fragment, one thing became absolutely clear. The universe had just changed. And humanity was leading that change. Li's fingers moved again. Another system activated. Another message was sent. The demonstration was just beginning. Wu Jin stood before the global communication network, preparing to broadcast a message that would change everything. The research facilities worldwide had been working in absolute secrecy, and now it was time to reveal humanity's true potential. The quantum displays behind him showed complex technological diagrams, decades of research compressed into visual representations that most would struggle to comprehend. Alien technologies collected over generations were now fully understood, reverse-engineered, and dramatically improved. "We are not warriors," Wu Jin began, his voice calm and steady. "We are problem solvers." The broadcast went simultaneously to every communication channel across human settlements and alien monitoring systems. Each word was carefully chosen, each technical detail a calculated revelation of human capabilities. Humanity had not been developing weapons. They had been developing understanding. Every alien probe, every captured technology, every intercepted communication had been a learning opportunity. The Galactic Confederation had been teaching humanity how to defeat them without realizing it. Scientific facilities across Earth showed holographic reconstructions of alien technological systems. What looked like simple displays were actually complete deconstructions of technologies that had dominated galactic civilizations for millennia. The quantum computers had done more than analyze. They had reimagined. Human scientists had not just copied alien technologies, they had fundamentally transformed them. Each technological principle was rebuilt, enhanced, made more efficient. Communication networks across multiple star systems watched in stunned silence. The broadcast revealed something terrifying to alien civilizations: humanity was not just technologically advanced. They were technologically revolutionary. Wu Jin explained how human researchers had spent decades studying alien communication protocols, understanding their technological infrastructures, and identifying systemic vulnerabilities. What seemed like random scientific research was actually a coordinated global strategy. Quantum entanglement technologies that aliens considered theoretical were now practical systems. Gravitational manipulation technologies that seemed impossible were now basic research platforms. Humanity had not just caught up, they had leaped far beyond existing technological paradigms. The revelation was not about military might. It was about understanding. Human scientists had approached alien technologies with a curiosity that transcended conflict. Every system was a puzzle to be solved, every technological principle a challenge to be understood. Alien monitoring systems struggled to process the information. The broadcast contained more technological information in minutes than most civilizations shared in decades. It was a complete reimagining of technological potential. Research facilities worldwide were connected through quantum networks that made traditional communication systems look primitive. What appeared to be separate research centers were actually part of a global, synchronized technological effort. We chose to be patient, Wu Jin continued. We chose to understand before we acted. The message was clear. Humanity was not a civilization to be controlled or manipulated. They were a technological force that had been quietly preparing, learning, and developing while the galaxy looked away. Quantum displays continued to show complex technological diagrams. Each image was a testament to human potential, technologies that reimagined fundamental scientific principles. Not just improvements, but complete transformations. Alien civilizations began to realize something profound. Humanity was not just another developing species. They were a technological civilization that had been waiting, preparing, and understanding. The broadcast continued, revealing layer after layer of technological potential. Gravitational manipulation systems that could reshape planetary structures. Quantum communication networks that made existing technologies look like primitive radio signals. Wu Jin's final words resonated across star systems: we are not here to conquer. We are here to demonstrate what is possible when a civilization chooses understanding over conflict. The revelation was complete. The galaxy would never be the same. Humanity had arrived, the silence was profound. Sung Ho watched as communication networks across multiple star systems processed humanity's unprecedented demonstration of technological superiority. The Galactic Confederation had been reduced to a state of complete shock. Alien diplomatic channels went quiet. What had seemed like an inevitable subjugation of a young civilization had transformed into something entirely unexpected. Humanity was no longer a potential colony, they were a technological power that had rewritten the rules of interstellar engagement. From orbital stations to planetary research centers, human representatives maintained a calm that spoke volumes. They were not celebrating. They were waiting. The message was clear: humanity could destroy entire communication networks, but chose not to. Diplomatic channels attempted to re-establish contact. Alien representatives sent carefully worded transmissions, seeking to understand how a civilization they had considered primitive had suddenly become a technological marvel. Each message was a careful probe, trying to comprehend the impossible. Sung Ho knew the real story. Decades of preparation, of silent research, of understanding alien technologies at a fundamental level had led to this moment. Humanity had not developed weapons. They had developed a complete understanding of technological potential.
Quantum communication networks continued to pulse with information. What looked like simple data transfers were actually complex messages demonstrating humanity's technological capabilities. Each signal was a warning, a demonstration, a promise. The Galactic Confederation's power structure began to crumble. Civilizations that had long relied on technological superiority now faced a new reality. Humanity had not just caught up, they had leaped far beyond existing technological paradigms. Research facilities worldwide remained calm. This was not a moment of celebration, but of calculated strategy. Every technological demonstration was carefully planned, every communication a precise message of human potential. Alien monitoring systems continued to struggle. The technologies humanity had demonstrated defied conventional understanding. Quantum entanglement, gravitational manipulation, communication systems that seemed to break fundamental physical laws, these were now human capabilities. Sun Ho's transmission was simple and direct. "We are not seeking conflict," the message read. "We are seeking understanding." The new paradigm was about choice. Humanity had demonstrated that they could destroy entire communication networks, but chose diplomacy. They had shown technological capabilities that could reshape entire star systems, but remained focused on peaceful interaction. Diplomatic representatives from various alien civilizations began to request communication protocols. They wanted to understand, to learn, to comprehend how humanity had transformed so dramatically. Each request was a testament to the profound technological shift. Orbital stations around Earth maintained passive scanning modes. No aggressive systems were activated. No weapons were prepared. The demonstration had been made. The message was clear. The galaxy was watching. Quantum computers continued to process information, analyzing potential scenarios, maintaining humanity's technological edge. What looked like simple data processing was actually a complex system of potential strategic interactions. Sun Ho understood the true significance of this moment. It was not about showing what humanity could destroy. It was about demonstrating what humanity could create. A new understanding of technological potential, of interstellar cooperation. Alien civilizations began to realize that humanity was not just another developing species. They were a technological force that had been quietly preparing, learning, understanding. Not through conflict, but through patient research. Communication networks slowly began to stabilize. The initial shock was transforming into a new understanding. Humanity had not just entered the galactic stage, they had reimagined what that stage could be. The new paradigm was about potential. About understanding. About choosing cooperation over conflict. Sun Ho watched the communication displays. The galaxy was changing. And humanity was leading that change. Not through weapons. Not through aggression. But through understanding.